Hello everyone. I wanted to speak with you today about sacred circle, spiritual circles, and the origins and some of the reasons why these spaces are so powerful and why they're so important today in ushering in the new paradigm, which I believe is a much more balanced paradigm where the feminine way of holding space and relating in a very non-hierarchical relational way is honored just as much as the more masculine approach of leadership, which is also important. Hierarchy is not a bad thing. It is needed for order, and certainly people who have earned a certain level of mastery and embodied leadership over time, being an elder, being someone who has experienced enough to then step into leadership roles. We honor that as well. And yet the circle, going back to indigenous culture where the community would hold circles for all kinds of reasons, right? All kinds of reasons, for celebratory reasons, for honoring the dead, honoring sacred rites of passage, honoring the Sabbaths, the holy days, the cycles of the sun and the moon. And so we can use this in our modern times for the same thing, for any time we need support or we want to honor a certain point in time and work our magic. Maybe we have intentions we want to manifest. Maybe we have healing. Someone in the community needs prayers, needs conflict mediation, whatever the case may be. This is a way to learn how to be relational with one another, share the floor, share the leadership, so our leaders don't get burnt out and so they don't get corrupt and abuse their power. This is what has happened. So it's very different than what we've seen in our Western culture, in our institutions and government, where we've given a lot of our power and authority away to our leaders. So we're learning to take it back and to be more discerning about who we give our power away, and not assume that someone has the values and maybe the knowledge that we think they do. So it's a lot more conscious. It's a lot more listening to our embodied wisdom and actually listening to our own authority and leadership, which we may have discredited or discounted. So you might be wondering, well, what does this do for me if I become a part of a circle community? Well, I think it can be very transformational to be in this womb-like alchemical space that we hold in Sacred Circle. It can be very empowering, very restorative because of the nature of it, because we're not there to just take or receive information and then go off and do something with it. We are in a process when we're there in circle, which is a very, very feminine way of doing things, and perhaps different than what you're used to. And so the idea is that the energy is magnified, right? It's not one person putting energy out to the group, it's the whole group exchanging energy and building energy and focusing the energy and releasing the energy. So these are kind of some of the phases of what the energetics of circle might look like, depending on what we're doing, whether we're doing ritual, we're doing maybe some shamanic journeying, sharing what's in the field for us. These are powerful ways that we connect and create a field within our own circle space for magic, for change, for whatever it is we're asking for. And so we are much better equipped then to go out into the world and serve in whatever capacity we are serving in, our families, our communities. And it's probably one of the few spaces you might be in that will encourage you to also listen to your own intuition and your own body in terms of what that is telling you, and it's honoring of going against the group mind or the group mentality. It's a safe space to be different. At least in the way I facilitate circles, it is not exclusive. So anyone who is interested in this embodied, divine, holy, sacred circle space, I look forward to seeing you in one of these spaces. And please reach out and share your stories of what has happened for you in circles and how this has served you. I'd love to hear. And we'll be holding our next circle here at one of the Sabbats on Lammas, which is the first harvest in the harvest season of late summer, early fall. Beautiful time of letting go and gratitude. So see you there. Blessings.